We're going to discuss your discussion one assignment, Addiction in the News, for our alcohol and drug behavior course. So realize in this video the dates that you see may not be the correct ones for your particular course. So always check your syllabus and your D2L to make sure that you have the actual assignment due dates. But for discussion one, the assignment is Addiction in the News. And so what you're going to do is you're going to select an online news media article that looks and discusses some aspect of drug and alcohol use. Could be addiction and looking at the societal impacts that occur from that. So it could be economics, deaths, overdoses, all kinds of different things, drunk driving, crime, along with that. So a lot of different things that you can kind of look in and pinpoint, but it has to be drug or alcohol use and abuse or addiction, and the resulting societal impacts is what you're looking for. The articles that you're going to research or try to find should be from a credible news source, so things like the New York Times, CNN, Fox News, the Boston Globe, USA Today, things like that. So very reputable. Don't do something like Babylon Bee. That would not be acceptable. So just kind of think your big news media outlets that you could find. Even the AJC would be appropriate. And so so for this discussion, you'll have an initial post. There is an initial due date for that initial post. So again, look at your syllabus and on your D2L to see the actual due dates. Please don't go by what's in this video. But you will put an initial post together and make sure that you turn it in by that due date. So you'll summarize the article. You'll talk about how does your article address the relationship between drug and alcohol use and the role it plays in society. You'll want to include some discussion-provoking or questions, so things that are raised maybe in the article and also that you raise on your own. Include a link to your article so that other people can kind of view that and read that, and me as well. And then you'll also want to read some other people's articles, but in that initial process, you're just going to put your post down. You'll get that post out there so people can start to kind of review those and see those. And you'll want to do that before the initial date. After the initial post is due, starting the very following day, you will have a time to be able to respond to other people's posts. So those posts, again, look for the actual due date time frame, but you'll be given time after the initial post to respond to a couple of other students' posts. Those should be original posts. You should maybe be trying to answer the questions related to that. So you're going to read a few other people's discussion posts. And then use journal articles, websites, course-related resources to support your responses in those. And so you also want to include some questions as well in yours so that maybe someone else can kind of build off of that. And so someone's initial post could have a few responses to it, building on these concepts and on these ideas in that first media article. Make sure that any outside resources, and you should have outside resources, whether that's class material, journal articles, things like that, that you cite those in the APA 6th edition format. And include that, and make sure your posts are well written for a college course. If you have any questions, please email me. I'm happy to talk over those, but this post shouldn't be too hard, and you get to kind of look at some media and how they look at drug or alcohol use and addiction and how that relates to society.